Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Have you ever heard of the Youth City Council? To tell us more about it, welcome Tara Silver, the advisor for City Youth Council.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Welcome.
So Tara's a saint, girls.
Oh, wow.
She works with 60 youth
Oh, no way.
regularly.
Don't know whether
From what
to
age?
slap
From what
you, thank you, or just,
Actually, they're very stellar. They're very stellar.
Incredible.
Yes.
Incredible youth.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the age range?
So their age range is everybody in high school. So we do all the Spanish Fork. So that includes ALA, Maple Mountain, Spanish Fork, and then we even tried to get some from Landmark this year.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So what if someone's watching this and they're like, well, I have someone in high school. How does my child
Get involved.
Oh yes, all you have to do is get on the Spanish Fork website.
Okay.
Go to City Council, and there'll be a little tab that says Use City Council. You just click on that, and there's an application you can fill out. And we're accepting applications until December.
So it's so easy. One of my
Yeah.
friends, his daughter, he texted me, I think it was like at 10 o'clock at night and said, how do I sign up? I explained that. The next morning, she had been accepted. And that day was our Youth City Council meeting. That's a monthly meeting that they attend. And she was there. Like, it was
Yes.
quick. And she was involved in all of Fiesta Day's activities and just baptism by fire. But
With Spanish
cool.
Fork City, that's the great thing about Spanish Fork is that they allow everyone to come be part of it.
Okay.
Some some youth city councils have a limit.
Oh, okay.
And so they only let so many people in, or they require that your parent be involved, or you can't be part of their youth city council, which I think is sad. But Spanish Fork is great that way, in that they accept everybody, and we accept everybody through December. So if people hear about us through the parade or the
Right.
service projects we're doing, they can still join.
and how much is it?
Zero.
Another
Nothing.
great thing about Spanish Fork City.
Yes.
So
yes.
back up, but okay, I'm not sure even what the Youth City Council is, to be quite honest
Okay.
with you. Could you just explain what youth do, why they would want to
Absolutely.
join, and is this like a volunteering thing that they do?
Yes, yes. Okay, so
community.
let's start with the basics. First, we're set up just like the city council. So we have a mayor, we have a planning commission, we have a treasurer,
The whole
and
board thing.
Yes, a
Okay,
whole
yeah.
board, and then we have our members. And so we all get together once a month, and we decide what service we feel needs to be done in the community, or even nationally, or even in other cities if they have a need. And so we decide what service project we'll do, and once or twice a month, or during Fiesta Days we did quite a few. But we just go and we help out and try to be uplifting force in our community. So hopefully we're teaching the youth leadership, and hopefully we're teaching them skills of social skills, so that they learn get to know a lot of people, because it's all different schools. So they get to know a lot of people, new people that they wouldn't normally probably get to see, and just have lots of fun doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really interesting.
So this differs from student body officers.
Right, right.
Because they're not elected by their peers. This is something they apply for through the city. It is volunteer hours. How do you determine, okay, so after their application is accepted and they're part of this board and they're part of the, city council, how do you as a director or their advisor start determining how you've said they're all really great individuals.
They are.
How do you start determining like those that are excelling or maybe those that are falling behind as the year progresses? How do you keep all of those inclusive, or some that are excelling or falling behind? I mean, that's very difficult as an advisor, how to kind of navigate, right?
That's a good question. That's a hard one.
I mean, that's a really difficult age group. There's a lot of things going on socially with that group.
Yeah. Okay, so we have added part of our council an activities committee for
Okay.
specifically for that reason. They're supposed to have an activity every time we meet that's a get to know you activity. So people are constantly getting to know one another, and hopefully they're not staying in their little cliques. That's what we're trying to
Right.
prevent
Right,
is
okay.
get them to kind of reach out to others.
Okay.
Also, at the very first of the year, we get them all together and we have them fill out, it's kind of like a leadership paper, and we don't look at it. They just rate themselves, and it's all different things like maybe about your integrity, maybe about leadership skills, and they rate themselves 1 to 10 how they think they see themselves, and then how they think others see them. And then at the end of the year, we do it again so that they can see how much they've progressed. So maybe there's someone who's not outgoing, they're a more quiet person, and so they make a goal that, hey, I'm gonna speak up a little bit more, or I'm going to. So at the end of the year, at the first of the year, they may have been a 5. Maybe at the end of the year, they're a 7. You know,
Okay.
Yeah, I did
so
not know you did that. That's really cool.
yeah. So
like
we
it.
want them to see that they've made progress, as well as, I think sometimes it's just being aware,
Sure.
because normally you wouldn't even think about that. You
Right.
wouldn't, and just having all those qualities that you're aware of to progress in, I think is a really good thing. So.
Right.
Recognize them within yourself.
Well, I can only imagine as in, actual city council and in youth city council, trying to bring all of those different types of people together, because you mentioned they're coming from different walks of life or different schools. You have ALA, you might have Landmark, you might have Spanish Fork High School. So you have all of these different types of kids, I don't even know, not children, young adults, yes, coming together and, learning these different skills and leadership skills. So kudos to you. I mean, that's
She
amazing.
does a very
I
fantastic
try
job.
really hard. Let's just say that.
You have some helpers.
Oh, absolutely.
What, 3?
Okay, so I
helpers?
have Melanie Meeks, who helps me, and then I also have Molly Rosenbaum.
Awesome.
So,
So tell us some of the activities, because
Yeah.
Alpha,
That's what I was just
before
gonna
I was
ask you.
elected, I was like youth city council,
Right,
So it's amazing.
So we do all ranges. So we've done a first responders breakfast for all the first responders in Spanish Fork and Salem. We've done my most favorite, which is dear to my heart, is there was a little boy who was 7. His dad posted on Facebook that he was thinking of committing suicide. And so he has Treacher-Collins syndrome, which is where your facial muscles and bones don't come together quite like they should. So he's had multiple surgeries, but someone had called him a freak and a monster, and this little boy had said he just didn't want to live anymore. So a father reached out to me. We did a little sweet little video, and then we wrote him little notes and said, hang in there. And what the great thing about it is that it helped this little boy see all these youth who
Come together.
Yes, come together.
For him.
Yes. But also what was neat was that we had some of the youth who told us some stories that maybe they were struggling with some things that we had no idea about. And then we could rally around them as well. And so it kind of brought out the needs we had within our own council with just confidence or thinking that they weren't quite good enough or didn't quite look a certain way. And it was just great to be able to address that in a very personal way. So that was my favorite.
How long have you been doing this?
A little over 5 years.
Strictly volunteer.
Yes, strictly volunteer.
Well, the new school year is upon us. So how can they get registered or get involved?
All you need to do is contact me, Tara Silver, at Spanish Fork, or you can go on the website, and of course you can get
Which
on
website?
Spanish Fork City.
Okay.
Spanish Fork City website. Go to the Youth City Council tab, and there's just a form to fill out, or you can call me or Stacy. We're on there, so our numbers are on there.
And it's great for kids like, when you're 16, 17 and you're filling out a resume.
Right,
or
yeah,
an
you put that on
application,
the-
and you've done this, and then all the volunteer hours. It's so good for that.
It's really good for scholarships.
Yes.
I get a lot of
Oh, really?
recommendation letters from people who contact me and say, tell me about this youth. They've applied for this scholarship or they've applied to college and they've put you down as a reference. Do they really do this many service hours? And are they really a good youth who's involved and so forth? And so I get to brag about them all the time. But
so great, especially because
Fantastic.
I've looked over for scholarship applications before, and sometimes in our Utah culture, it's the same things, and you're looking for something that helps you stand out, and this I think is.
yes.
That's
really good.
wonderful.
So-
Thank you. Thank
Thanks,
you so
Tara.
much. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Do you have things in your closet that you haven't seen for years? Time to change that. Stay with us.